someone else.
In a long
And a long time ago, I promised that if you were happy, then I was happy. Nothing else to talk about.
Warning. The following webcast may not be suitable for all audiences. This program may contain content that offends whiny idiots who have giant sticks up their asses. So either stop watching now and run to your safe space, or grow the fuck up. For those of you who will continue to watch, please, enjoy the show.
Oh, goodness gracious, here we are on another Thursday night. Another Thursday night, yes. We've only been back for one show. But, regardless, my mic looked a little funny tonight, but that's the only way I can keep it up. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we are. We had a little bit of a change of subjects for tonight, and we're going to kind of move along with the status quo of everything that everybody's talking about. But we're not going to talk about COVID too much. Do you have your mask on? I don't feel safe if you don't have your mask on. Everybody, put your mask on. I'll wait. Sometime today. Oh, it's getting ridiculous. Lawsuits over masks, lawsuits over mandates, states are going nuts, and the numbers are still going down. But we're really not going to be talking about that. We're going to be making even bigger enemies tonight. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. Please, stick with us. It is the FreakChild Experience right here on KFRK Digital Radio, Facebook, YouTube. We're all over the place. Freedom Revolution Networks. It's going to get nasty. We got Black Lives Matter shit going on tonight, and it's no bueno. No bueno, I promise you. What happened? I'm still on camera. What happened? Fuck it, we'll do it live. Well, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the show. We usually have a big old long intro time. Give everybody a moment to get into the show right here. We're streaming live on Facebook at facebook.com/FreakChildRadio. We are also streaming live on YouTube on our YouTube channel. and my cord just went falling out from behind my ear so I can hear myself. Where else are we? We're at the freedomrevolutionnetworks.com, freedomrevolutionnetwork.com, no S on that. You can also find us there. We're everywhere. We're in 35 different countries across the world. We are streaming live at kfrkdenver.com on the radio waves, which you can listen to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at kfrkdenver.com. You can check out our home webcasting base at www. I don't know why I put that all the time. I've been doing this for so long, it's like you think you have to put the www in every time. No, you don't actually. But it is FreakChildRadio.com is our broadcasting base for that, as well as KFRKDenver.com. And like I said, FreedomRevolutionNetworks.com. Fred said to go to do this at .com. FreedomRevolutionNetwork.com. So there you go. We have lots of old clips, old shows, things that are going on that you guys can check out there. You can always contact the show there as well. So there's that. We got a little bit of a special presentation coming up here shortly for you guys that I have to kind of put my personal thing out there. So we're not going to get into the deep, dark bullshit real quick, but there's been a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff that's been kind of nasty. So I got to slip off to the side here so we can do the obligatory, as we do every show. Make sure to check us out at Facebook, facebook.com/FreakChildRadio. You can also follow us on Twitter if you're a Twitter kind of guy or girl or whatever you are. You can follow us over there at FreakChild Show. I'm trying to hold back a burp so I don't disgust all of you, so pardon me for a minute. Like us on Facebook. That would be the grand plan for you, because that's where we post all of our updates and our live shows and things like that. We have another slide I forgot to do. Patreon, if you want to support us over on Patreon, patreon.com/FreakChild Experience. Over there you can donate to the show. All proceeds go back into any kind of contest that we ever do with the show, and to make sure that the show stays on the air. So if you would like to donate there and become a Patreon supporter, that is the page that you go to. You'll have to excuse me as I try to fix my wires here. I got a lot of stuff going on tonight. Anyway, yeah, check us out over on I just got Canadian for a minute. It's so boring. Check us out over on patreon.com for supporting the show. Sorry, I lost a train of thought there. Support us over there, and it all goes back into proceeds for contests, this show, many other things. But check us out, patreon.com/FreakChild Experience. So there you go. There you go. Also, don't forget to get your official FreakChild Experience coffee mug, which you will see me drinking out of during the course of the show. We do have these in stock, so you can order those at FreakChild. What is it? FreakChildRadio.com. There's an official link there. It will hit you straight in the face. It's so big. So there's that. And you can also check out the trivia rules, because we quite possibly could be bringing back the trivia contest very soon. It kind of depends on a little bit of focus group crap that we might have going on. Can't tell you much about that. But the trivia contest may be coming back. The rules will still apply, so make sure that you check those out. It's an interactive trivia show that we do live over on Twitch, believe it or not. So we don't do it live on FreakChild website or Facebook or any of that stuff. You have to go to Twitch to do that, but it's still open to anybody who wants to play, so it's pretty cool. I don't think they've kept any of the live broadcasts. No, they haven't. No, they don't keep any of the old live broadcasts, unfortunately, for more than 2 weeks. So unless we saved them, there might be some old clips there. You can always check that out. So, and you can always check out old clips at FreakChild Experience on YouTube. We've got it on the Facebook page, so facebook.com/FreakChildRadio, and we've got all that for you. So there you go. Is that the obligatories for tonight? Well, at least for the moment. We got another one coming up here shortly that we'll get into, so keep that in mind. We got you, group. Don't worry. So, what do we got on the schedule tonight? Tonight, well, we think Black Lives Matter is out of control. It's quite possible we can now call them a terrorist group. Do you believe in that or not? Who knows? We might open up the phone lines for that one. That could be scary. What else do we got going on? Mask mandates, are they illegal? That's where we're going to start tonight because we got a little tidbit that we have to do here shortly. So the Colorado governor is being sued about his mask mandate and whether or not it's actually constitutional. So we got some information on that tonight. And also, we've got the truth about the pedophilia posts that you guys are all posting. Guys, you got to knock it off. You have no idea what the fuck you are posting about. I've got to wisen you up one way. You know what? That's where we're going to start. I'm changing the show. Hey, I'm changing the show. All right. That's where we're going to start. Because, I'm sorry, folks, that drives me nuts. Yeah, I'm changing the show. Bob's screwing around in the closet and he's pissed off. He's screaming in my ear and... Why you do that to me? Well, because I want to, you jack. You shut up back there. I wish you guys could hear him. One day we'll allow you guys to let him on the mic again. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of you guys are posting these things about the Save the Children, the pedophilia posts, the let's stop the human trafficking and all this. Okay, you guys are posting the wrong crap. You've got to stop this because you are supporting the wrong group. You are supporting the incorrect group, not the group that is actually supporting. You've got to understand. When you guys are just sharing shit on Facebook, you got to read and understand what the fuck you're doing. But you're just like, oh yeah, bam, oh that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. But you have no idea what the fuck you're posting about because you don't research it. So you got to start listening to people like me. Unfortunately, the insane people, okay? Clinically insane. Well, not quite, but pretty close. Why do they call you the freak child? Because you're nuts. I know. You've got to stop this. Okay? And I'm not talking about the child pedophilia thing. I'm talking about posting the wrong goddamn crap. Because now you guys, I see it on my my Facebook news feed all the time. You guys are posting this. What is it? It's the hashtag Save the Children. Stop it. Stop it now. Immediately. I ask you all, stop it. You're posting the wrong hashtag that has nothing to do with my microphone that has erectile dysfunction. It has nothing to do with the cause that is at hand, okay? You guys are posting the hashtag. Stop. Stop putting the hashtag. You've got to stop. And here's why. I'm going to read this to you. This is from Tampa Bay. Over the past month, hashtag Save the Children has received tens of millions of likes, shares, and comments on Facebook and Instagram, according to CrowdTangle, which is a social media. It's like a counter, basically, and it's a tool owned by Facebook. But what exactly is hashtag Save the Children, and why has it recently taken off? Well, Save the Children is a London humanitarian organization that aims to improve the lives of children around the world, including work against child trafficking. But the Save the Children has nothing to do with the viral hashtag. They don't have anything in common. The group and the hashtag have nothing in common. So if you think you're helping this group who's trying to stop child trafficking, you're wrong. The hashtag has already been claimed elsewhere. In the United States, Save the Children is the sole owner of the name Save the Children, which is a registered trademark. The organization wrote in a statement that says, while many people may choose to use our organization's name as a hashtag to make their point on different issues, we are not affiliated or associated with any of these campaigns. Save the Children is an actual organization connected to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Clinton Foundation, some of the very people directly responsible for helping children. Now, that, I think, is kind of, let's take that into context, right? We've got to be careful with that one. I will be using hashtag Save the Children instead of regarding children trafficking. Spread the word, is what a lot of people are saying. There's no evidence that Gates or Clinton families are involved in child sex trafficking. Those are baseless claims. They all stem from, you know, the Epstein fucking bullshit and all that crap, right? So here you go. Where to go? Somebody hacked my printer. Here it is. It's on the other page. This comes from a message from QAnon, the new group. You gotta love these guys, right? The main message of QAnon, which evolved from the 2016 Pizzagate campaign, or conspiracy theory, and takes its name from the 4chan username Q, reference to whatever, blah. Sorry, somebody went fucking, had diarrhea of the mouth while they were writing here. While QAnon started as a fringe conspiracy theory, it has recently become more widespread. On August 10th, an internal Facebook investigation has found thousands of groups and pages with millions of members and followers dedicated to QAnon. The QAnon community repurposes materials and memes that are floating around. Its main narrative focuses on pedophile allegations that are almost entirely unsubstantiated, which is a law professor at the University of Florida. Where did this story... This is the wrong story. Hey, dipshit, you printed out the wrong story, you fag. This is not the story we were supposed to be reading about. This one is like, this is babble of the mouth. It makes no sense. There's a surge in false sex trafficking claims. We have conspiracy theorists using hashtag... Here, basically, look at the thing. Save the Children. If you don't know Sally Struthers, then you don't know Save the Children, okay? Hashtag Save the Children has to do with Save the Children. Feed the children in Ethiopia. That's the hashtag that Save the Children is about. Hashtag Save the Children has nothing to do with, well, believe it or not, child trafficking. But y'all just want to think, oh, this is original. No, it's not. Shit's been around for a while, gang. I mean, we're in 2020. The main internet, as we want to call it, has been around since at least, what, 98, 99? You know, since the days of AOL, CompuServe. I don't even remember what the other... and then, you know, back in, what was it, about 2001, we finally got into the cable internet and high-speed internet and all that with, well, then it wasn't Comcast, but that was, what, AT&T, TCI, all those. That's how long these hashtags and at names and all that stuff, it's all existed since then. You're not being original. If you're going to come up with something original, don't say hashtag Save the Children, because now you're directing all that shit to third world country helpers, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're not helping your cause. What you're helping is a different cause that has nothing to do with that hashtag. Nothing. You guys are all out of your minds thinking, oh, well, somebody posted this. This is a good cause. Yeah, well, maybe it is a good cause. But you don't even know what you're posting. You're posting shit about stuff that has nothing to do with the cause, okay? It's just like if you were to say hashtag they're innocent and that had something to do with Black Lives Matter, that may or may not have anything to do with Black Lives Matter. Maybe they're innocent had to do with, oh shit, who knows? Maybe a Twitter account that had to do with the Melendez brothers, right? Melendez brothers, I think it was. Okay, you guys gotta start reading and understanding what you're posting about. My news feed is constantly inundated with save the children and the pedophiles. They've got to be dead. And I understand there's been a new thing. I get it. Okay, I understand that there's a new thing that pedophiles are claiming it's a sexual orientation or whatever the hell it is. Do you really believe that's going to stand up in court? You people need to shut the fuck up. Start protecting your children better. Watch what they're doing better. Instead of you sitting on social media all day long, why don't you start watching what they're doing on social media all day long? For those of you that give your kids phones, I don't care if they're underage, guess what you can do? You give them a phone, you can link that phone to your phone, and guess what? You have to approve everything that they do. That's a nice little Google security feature that they have. Believe it or not, that can happen. Oh, but my children need to have their privacy and their freedom. They're children. No, they don't. Yes, we had freedom as children. We lived in different times. Yes, we could walk around at 12:30 at night, up and down the streets. Back in the early 90s, basically, is my experience. And if somebody pulled up in a strange-ass van, you ran your ass. You ran. But the problem is that most of these kids, hi, oh, yeah, you want to give me what? Oh, yeah, well, if you, I can give you directions. This is what happens because kids are so immune to whatever happened to stranger danger. This is why you have child trafficking. But I honestly have to tell you, I do not believe, in my heart of hearts, it's as bad as they're trying to make it sound. It's like everything else that's gone on in this world in the last 8 months, almost 9 months now. Everything is hell. We're all going to hell in a handbasket. Oh, everything's out of control. The child sex traffickers are everywhere. And COVID is everywhere. And oh my God, AIDS is everywhere. And, I'm waiting for AIDS to make a comeback. I really am. I mean, they kind of have already done that on TV if you've been watching a little bit, although it's kind of tapered off a little bit since COVID. All these HIV medication commercials that are out there, all these commercials that are out there about medications for anything, COPD, high blood pressure, anxiety, depression. Oh, hey, well, you need to talk to your doctor about. How many people are going to their doctor about depression? Probably very few. Why do we have a commercial about this? Because we need to make you afraid of something. Because we need to make you afraid that something's going to happen. So now, parents, goddamn, this is why we have to homeschool. This is why COVID's going to be a great thing for us all. You know why COVID's going to be a great thing for us all? Because now we can learn how to homeschool our children over the media. You don't believe that can happen? You don't think that that's social programming? I guarantee you I could take any one of you, and I can reprogram you to believe anything anything at all. You'd have to be in my personal presence to start, but you never know what I could do. Just kidding. I got nasty for a minute. It's all reprogramming. Make you afraid of everything. They're not going to tell you what it is. They're just going to tell you, be afraid of it. Be afraid of this. Why? It'll kill you. Okay. I don't like that. What is it? A banana. I mean, seriously. It's reprogramming of the brain, and it happens to you every day. When you watch TV, when you're on Facebook, when you're on social media, any kind of crap. Even watching this, I'm reprogramming you, believe it or not. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm getting some common sense in your mind. Everything is reprogramming. But you see something often enough, and you're going to start believing it's true. And this is what has happened with the hashtag Save the Children. Shave the children? Shave their heads! Save the Children is not a hashtag against child trafficking. It's a hashtag that's associated with feeding people in third world countries. Okay? That's where you've got to start making the distinction and getting the knowledge of what the hell are you reposting. You're just like, oh yeah, I agree with that. Stop. You've got to stop. Please. If you don't stop, it's just going to continue. It's just going to get worse. It's just like why there are riots in Denver about something that happened in Wisconsin that has nothing to do with anything. Oh yeah, we stand in solidarity. Let's go burn this shit down. It's the same thing. You're all, pedophile. Don't get me wrong. Keep going with the pedophilia, anti-pedophilia posts. That's fine. It's not. It's something wrong in their head. It's something wrong that they need help. And can they be rehabilitated? I mean, there used to be, chemical castrations for anybody who committed a pedophilia, sex crime, and things like that. I think, honestly, you've got to find a new hashtag. Find a better focus. You've got everybody aware. You just got to change the game to make sure that the right people are made aware and that the right commercial targeting is made to the right people. If you really actually want to take care of a problem with a hashtag, it's got to be the right one. Because hashtag save the children is not the proper hashtag. Find a new one, please. I beg of you. You guys are posting the wrong stuff, so settle down. Make sure you get the right information. That's what we're here for. We give you the real facts. And unfortunately, that's where we're probably going to end up starting a riot tonight. I hope not. That would suck. If I end up in jail tonight, by the way, you'll know why. Because you'll probably see it on the news. And if you don't see me next week, that's probably why. Oh, shit. All right. So with that said, we're going to get ready to open up the phone lines. But first, we've got a little bit of a public service announcement that I have to make. So there's this organization I came in contact with last night. For those of you that have been following the show, following a lot of progress that I personally have been at, a lady came up to me and asked me if I would be willing to donate to a cause. I'm like, oh God. What now? Teen suicide prevention. Oh, fuck, I'm right. Okay, let's do it. I'm right in line. So apparently, new stats have been coming in that are showing that there have been spikes in teen suicides due to the COVID-19, the quarantines, the lockdowns, the stay-at-home orders, all this, which is not surprising because if you think about it, in reality, there's a lot of adults too that are having problems with this because we're no longer being as social as we used to be. We're feeling, trapped. I had a bunch of radishes. We're feeling trapped and we can't go anywhere and we can't do what we want to do, and people feel the despair. They want to get out and do this and do that, and you're being restricted to what you can do, and it plays shit on your mind. I mean, think about the amount of suicides from people who lose their jobs. And the one thing that I have always learned in suicide prevention for myself is that when you break your cycle, dude, you don't know it, but it sends your mind into a tailspin. If you don't stay in some sort of a cycle, or at least ease into a different cycle, instead of just like, yeah, it's going to screw with your head because it's like, oh my God, what do I do now? I mean, it's just like when I quit my day job. Every morning I woke up and I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was supposed to be at work. What? Why are you supposed to be at work? Because that's where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, but you don't work anymore. Oh, it fucks with you. So anyway, going back to this organization, the organization is called Stand for the Silent. It's actually a bullying organization, is where their original roots come from, which is standforthesilent.org. Stand for the Silent, like I said, stands for a lot of the bullying that goes on, but they've kind of merged now within the last year and 6-7 months or so to kind of focus on youth suicide and preventing youth suicide. So I would really, I'd really like to urge everybody, check them out, throw them a donation if you could. That would be really grand. They could use all the support that they need, they can handle, because as I've complained about on this show alone, that the mental health, yeah, there's ads about it all the time, and there's all this, oh yeah, you need to take care of your mind, but nobody actually has the full-on resources to help. This organization is willing to help, especially with the youths, and that's really prime time to really start kind of focusing on things like that, due to the fact that that's where a lot of depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, they all start. Some of it's normal, some of it's not. And trying to figure out where everybody can stand with that at a younger age is extremely helpful. So that's where we got this shirt from. Got to kind of show that off tonight. Be the difference. Kind of goes with our slogan on the Facebook page, by the way. The difference is within you. Well, you can be the difference. So we made a nice little donation to them, and we would like to urge you to do so as well. So check them out at standforthesilent.org. Like I said, it's more of a bullying organization, but they've kind of changed gears a little bit, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic or plandemic, whatever you want to call it. But they've definitely been very helpful. So group special to my heart in suicide prevention, for a lot of you that maybe don't know. Back in March, yeah, yours truly was having a hard time. So mental health is always important. Always reach out, and as we've always said, reach out here to the show. Either email us, find us on the contact page at freakchildradio.com. It doesn't matter. We will always try to do whatever we can do, provide resources, a little talk, whatever it takes. Even if we're on the middle of a show and you call in, you say, "Dude, Freak, hey, I'm feeling kind of shitty, man." And I'll be like, "Yo, well, what's up there?" "Well, I don't like anybody. Well, I don't like anybody either, but I like you. Well, how can you not like anybody but like me? I don't know. Case in point, you're good. But in reality, we're getting ready to open up the phone lines. So if you ever have a crisis or anything, make sure to call your local crisis lines. I don't have that right in front of me at the moment, but also don't forget to check out standforthesilent.org. And what else do we got before we go to break? Yeah, we're going to take that a little bit early. Kind of blasted through that. But quit using the hashtag Save the Children. It's not the correct thing. Sally Struthers doesn't need any more damn money. Stop it. If you want to stop pedophilia, stop using hashtag Save the Children. What a segue. Jesus. Well, no wonder why it's called the FreakChild Experience. Hey, we're going to be right back after this. This is the FreakChild Experience on KFRK Digital Radio, KFRKDenver.com, FreakChildRadio.com. We're streaming live on Facebook.com/FreakChildRadio, and you can check us out on YouTube as well. And also, don't forget FreedomRevolutionNetwork.com. We're all over the place. 35 different countries across the world, Monday through Friday. Monday through Sunday? How do you say that? Hey, how do you say that? I have no idea what the hell he just said. Fuck it. We're going to break. We'll be back in a minute.
They turned me loose in the nervous hospital. Said I was well.
Got an opinion? Call into the FreakChild Experience.
Numbers do you put in?
720-230-6363.
What? Chat around me out.
720-230-6363.
It's a bowel movement.
This is KFRKDB, The Freak.
Feeling the weight of my own past faults, paving the way for a brand new start. Won't ever forget how I got here or how it began. Feeding me lies was the easy part. I had to keep up my beating heart. Holding me down was a weapon, won't tear me apart. We rise, it's time to spark up the ignition. We rise, we don't need fucking permission. We rise, this was never your decision. We are fighting to survive. We're gonna come alive, and when we come alive, it's a deadly combination. Taking the time to perfect what's mine, feeding my will to sustain this life. Nobody knows what I've been through or how it will end. 'Cause I am the one that holds my own fate. I am the one that you never win a race. Will never forget how I got here or how it began. We rise, it's time to spark up the ignition. We rise, we don't need fucking permission. We rise, this was never your decision. We are fighting to survive. We're gonna come alive, and when we come alive,
Ba-da-ba-da. Ah, that was a lovely song, wasn't it? We threw it up. We threw it up. I threw that up. I threw that intro completely up. We threw that in there for a little bit of a quick change for you guys. Yeah, you guys are all used to the normal break. Yeah, we changed it up a little bit for you tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So there you go. That's from a band called The Taking, semi-active, down in out of Austin or San Antonio, Texas. Excuse me. They're not that weird. They're pretty normal. They're actually real estate agents, by the way. Pardon me. The air quality is getting better here in Denver, by the way. We've had some rain, which has actually given us some actual real-life sunshine. The color temperature, for those of you that know what that means, the color has kind of changed on the sunlight, and we actually had a sunset tonight. It was kind of nice. Things are starting to look like it's going to get back to normal before the end of the year, at least here in Colorado, hopefully. That's the hope. But things may get a little bit more, shall we say, goofy, thanks to Governor Polis here in Colorado. And what exactly do I mean by that? Well, I mean this. Not that. I mean this. How many of you have governors with state mask mandates? I'm kind of curious. 720-230-6363. Man, I've been off the air for a couple of months, and I completely forgot the phone number. Where'd the story go? We've lost it. Dude, where'd the story go? It was printed on white paper, so I don't know. All the comments that came after it kind of screwed everything up. There's the old story. We don't need that. What we need is the Colorado governor is now under fire. And he's being sued over his mask mandate. Now, I know a lot of other states have been having this going on. We've been watching our governor here in Colorado. He's an idiot. I mean, I'm sorry. Any man who literally has his mother on as an expert witness for COVID, we have a problem. We have a major problem. But the big thing with Governor Polis is, hey, Mom, what do you think?
Well, sweetie, I think you should just lock everybody up and then we can own the world.
All right, Mom, whatever you say. What do you say, boyfriend? By the way, Governor Polis is gay, for those of you that don't know. Nothing wrong with that, but he uses it to his advantage.
Hey, I'll let you fudge pack me later if I pass this bill and make a mandate to everybody.
Oh, yeah? I mean, I have no idea what the dude's significant other looks like or anything like that. But, I mean, here's the thing. And I poke fun at this. I seriously poke fun at this. But, I mean, he's a gay governor, which gave him the vote like that automatically. It's just like a female. If a female governor were, or a female were to vote, run for governor, you'd have the exact same thing. You'd have an overwhelming amount of support for that person. And because Colorado has such a huge gay, lesbian, bisexual, transsexual, I'm not using the Q word because I don't believe that works. That used to be an insult, but now we're going to accept it. No, it doesn't work that way. You've got this huge community here in Colorado. They obviously voted for him. I mean, I'm going to say probably about 90%. I don't have the statistics specifically on that. But the one thing is that Polis continually seems to listen to his mother as an expert witness on anything that has to do with public health. At least that's his public persona. Now, what the hell he does behind closed doors, who knows? All right? But he could be just using his mom as his cabinet member and close advisor of,
Well, sweetie, I'm pretty old. I think we should all the old people should get paid $100,000 a year.
okay, Mom, whatever you say. All right, everybody, put your masks on. And I don't have a mask handy. All right, everybody, put your masks on. And let's give all the old people all our money. You know, I mean, I could see that happening. I mean, that's the way some of his press conferences go, and it's ridiculous. But I stray away from the whole point here. Sorry, you guys didn't give me enough time to have my cigarette, so. All right. The Colorado GOP's leader is suing the governor over a statewide mask order. The minority, and here's the thing, is that he's a Republican, but in the state of Colorado, the Republicans are the minority. So he's the leader of the minority group, shall we say. He's the leader of the Republicans, right? The Colorado House GOP minority leader, Patrick Neville, and conservative activist Michelle Malkin are suing Governor Jared Polis over the statewide mask order. Polis has required masks to be worn in public since mid-July, which is true, but there's so many thousands of different stipulations as to why you don't have to. First off, let me put this out there, is that the main part of it, the mask mandate and the social distancing mandate, most all states, pretty much throughout the U.S., have this. If you can't social distance within 6 feet, or 6 feet or further, wear a mask. That's it. If you cannot be 6 feet apart, you need to wear a mask. That's what the actual mandate states, okay? Can you mandate people and put more fear in their faces saying, hey, you have to wear a mask so that you... And here's the thing. I'm going to get out completely off topic with this. Take that graphic down. The mask mandates, are they constitutional? Are they unconstitutional? Can a governor tell you how you have to live? I found one. Can a governor sit there and tell you, you have to go out in public like this? Can a governor actually tell you what you can and cannot wear out in public? Well, there's a sticky situation on that. Is it about a public health risk? Well, here's the thing. In a public health risk, we've got all these companies doing everything that they're doing. The sanitizing, they're wearing face masks. We've got the face shields, or the plexiglass and all that crap. Hey, did you guys put up your plexiglass before the show? I might cough on you. Ooh. I am a smoker after all. Yeah, I make myself laugh too much. And then, of course, we've got the saran wrap on the keypads of everything. Like, that's going to help. Oh, my God. And then, you know, you go to Walmart.
Everybody, make sure you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible.
Why is there not a line in the bathroom all the time? I mean, it should look like the goddamn, sports stadiums at the Walmarts. Everybody's in there washing their hands, or they should have hand washing stations. But no, that didn't happen. No, just put on a stupid mask like that, which has already been proven. You will not be protected from the virus wearing that mask. You will not be. You will protect somebody else. So they're starting to push that narrative. Well, because then, no, it's still, really, if it's going to be able to come in, it's still going to be able to get out. What part of that do you people not fucking understand? But no, we all got to wear masks. Okay, fine. I've behaved myself. I wear my mask when I go out in public. and when I'm going to be in a public place. But here's the thing. You go to a restaurant.
You gotta wear your mask to sit here and, oh, you wouldn't need a table of 4? Okay, now you can take your masks off.
What the fuck? We're all still in the same goddamn building. It's not that bad. What part of this is nobody understanding? But yet we have these orders. And this is why people are getting, and this isn't really exactly why the lawsuit exists, but you got to think about this. Listen to this. Governor Polis's executive orders have been devastating to the people of Colorado. People have been ordered to stay at home. Their right to travel has been trampled. Their right to worship has been taken away, which is true. Businesses have been shut down, and countless jobs have been lost. The governor has overstepped his constitutional powers. We have checks and balances, and Governor Polis needs to follow them. What they're referring to is they say he can't just dictate this is the law, which is true. What needs to happen is it goes to the state Senate, the state House of Representatives. They talk about it. They decide on what the plan is. We already know where that would, honestly, in his defense, not a bad idea to kind of, hey, this is what we're going to do. How about that? Instead of going like through all the political bullshit, because they'd still be in session going,
shit, I don't know. Should we, I don't know, let's take lunch before we discuss this.
you know, I mean, that's exactly how politics works. Oh, by the way, we are keeping an eye on over the Facebook chat. We do take a peek every once in a while. Matt Christian, Matt Christian, what's up? What up? You've got to understand, the mask mandate cannot just be instituted as law. That's martial law. Can martial law really be? I mean, in reality, it is. Everything that's happened since the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, I can't do it again. Man, I did that once. You guys hear that? I was making music. The pandemic has caused a lot of, I think, governmental overstepping. And if you really pay attention to it, they are overstepping. In this case, a mask mandate, telling everybody they have to wear a mask wherever they go out in public, true, would be an overstepping of powers. But here's where their case has no clout. Their case has no clout because of this. If you actually read it, it does not require you to wear a mask whenever you are out in public. It does not require you to wear a mask when you're by yourself in your car. By the way, why the fuck do you people do that? You are the sheep. You don't need to wear a mask when you're with your significant other by yourselves walking in a park. You are the sheep. You're the people who are like kissing and hugging and sleeping together and doing all sorts of other goddamn shit. We don't want to know about what goes on in your bedroom, but it's okay. Do that. It's fine. That's what you like. But guess what? You don't need to wear a mask in public if you're just with that person. You're not going to catch COVID from each other. So stop it. You're already sleeping together. You're in the same house, using the same dishes, pissing in the same toilet, sleeping together, drooling on each other, doing God knows what with your faces in certain places. You guys have got to stop that. But this is why the mask mandate has a little bit of intricacies that you guys have got to pay attention to. First off, the order states that if you cannot social distance by 6 feet apart, you must wear a mask. That's what the mandate states. It also states if you cannot social distance within further than 6 feet or further, then you must wear a mask, and you must wear a mask in public places. But you don't have to wear a mask in public if you have trouble breathing and you've been medically diagnosed as it agitates you. Or, I mean, where the hell, if you actually read it, believe it or not, and here's the thing where retailers are screwing things up for everybody. The mask mandate is one thing. Retailers telling you you cannot go into a store because you're not wearing a mask, that's up to them. Because they're not actually following what is, and they're all calling it, it's a law. No, it's not a law. It's called a mandate. A mandate is not a law. A mandate is just like an executive order that says, hey, you guys should do this. No! We don't want to. That's what we got to say about that. And if you go walking into Walmart, guess what? The big old fat-ass security guard,
Hey, dude, you don't have a mask, you gotta come out of here, and if you don't come out of here, we're gonna have to call the police.
and then the police are like, yeah, so what if he's not wearing a fucking mask? I got bigger things going on. I got a fucking guy with a gun down here. Fuck you. You know? I mean, and that's the other thing, is that police have been being called about masks and all this other stuff. But the mask mandates, you guys have got to understand, they are not going to be helpful to you at all. Justin's out there tonight, I see. Justin says, if a fart can go through 2 or more layers of clothes, a virus can go through a mask. And that's completely true. And the virus, I don't know what the actual composition of it is molecularly. But I mean, think about, Justin, you and I are very familiar with ammonia. So ammonia is 4 parts. It's 1 part nitrogen and 1 part nitrogen, 3 parts hydrogen, which makes up ammonia, which is a gas and a liquid and all this other stuff. It's only 4 different components. This virus is smaller than that. And guess what? You have to wear a special respirator in order to not breathe in ammonia, which is bigger. And you think this is going to help you not get it? You think this is going to help you not expel it? You're out of your fucking mind. That's our song during the break. You're out your fucking mind. We rise. Anyway. Are the mask mandates technically unconstitutional? That's our question tonight. Oop. That's this graphic. I just realized we didn't have a graphic up. The complaint is, as quote, it was filed this morning. It challenges the constitutionality of the Colorado Disaster Emergency Act. According to a news release from Neville's office, saying Polis's order violates the separation of powers between the legislative and executive branches, which is correct. He can't just order shit. It does have to be voted on. There are, I can't tell you how many comments when we pick this up. So the story is 2 pages, all right? Colorado has completely run me out of FreakChild Blue Show paper with their comments. And that's how bad it is. That everybody's got their opinion. The main reason we are in this mess is government overreach. 5 governors forced infected patients back into retirement homes, and many others shut down businesses and access to health care just to increase the heart disease patients dying at home during this nonsense. I don't even know what the fuck that means. So we're tossing that one away. a couple of comments. Wearing a mask in a simple but effective wearing a mask is a simple but effective tool that prevents people from catching the coronavirus and spreading it to others. But the mask goes through, or the virus goes through the mask. It's not going to stop you from catching it if it's there. It's already been proven. The CDC said it. This is a serious pandemic, and I get very angry when I read frivolous, totally political, motivated lawsuits like this. Mr. Neville, shame on you. Behavior like yours is one of the main reasons we are in this mess, and so many people have died unnecessarily. This comes from Forgan, P. Horgan, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Hey, dipshit. The lawsuits have nothing to do with the virus. The lawsuits have nothing to do with any of it. What part of this are you not getting? You're a dipshit.
This is the reason we're in this mess anyway.
Why? Because there's lawsuits over constitutionality of things? You can't just trust the government to protect you from everything. This is what you're saying. They're protecting you from this. Well, guess what? They're telling you to stay at home, and you lost your job, dipshit. I know who you are. Fuck you. Also, Cherry Creek Crab says, I think they already feel it. Apparently, they think that bad publicity is better than no publicity. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Real George says, some are asked to go to war, some are asked to die for their country, some are asked to wear masks and go crying to mommy. I guess that's what passes for a greater for a greatest generation in Republican America 2020. Obviously, you're a Democrat. You haven't read the science behind what actually happens with the masks. Joe Smith says, some are asked to stay at home because they are vulnerable and stay away from kids so that the kids won't have to suffer. Dickhead! Dickhead! Fuckface! Sorry, I haven't even gotten into the BLM shit. You think I'm hot now. Dipshit! Kids under 10 are not required to wear masks. You know why? Because they cannot contract the coronavirus. SARS-2. That's what they can't contract. They can still contract coronavirus. You know why? Because coronavirus is the common fucking cold. If you have SARS-2, which is the further test, that's the one that takes 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks to get that. Then you've got something going on. Okay? Stop your bullshit. Who do we got next? Tenham went to the gym and Trump supporter pulled down her mask so she could sneeze twice. The ignorant truly don't understand the purpose of the mask. So what is she supposed to do? Sneeze into her mask and then breathe in the snot so she ends up with a fucking lung infection? What kind of a fucking retard are you? Bob, you say someone should ask Colorado GOP what it's like to be totally irrelevant. Yes, but the cons, I don't know what the fuck that is. Jesus, this is a long one. I don't know if I want to read this one. 1/4 of 1% of people have died. This is not a pandemic. Hey, this is one lady that I think speaks my kind of mind, right? Hey, we all have different views on it. Doesn't mean we have to hate each other, right? Whoa, Jesus. I just have to get pissed off at you when you're wrong. A pandemic would have to kill 6.9% of people. I don't know where she got that from, but okay. This doesn't come close. If this was about our health, we would be addressing heart disease that affects 1 in 6 people. True. Or cancer that affects 1 in 3 people. True. Or pick mental health, which is in rapid decline. Yes. Look at me. I'm already losing my mind. I'm on board with that. You guys still think this is real? You still think it's real? It ain't real. 0.0006%, folks. 0.006%. Okay, that's way less than 1%. And your chances of getting it depending on whether you get tested. Do we need these mask orders? No. We have these mask orders because they're still trying to control you. Once again, as I demonstrated in the show on Tuesday, it's about facial expression. You see my facial expressions. I mean, sometimes it's hidden behind the mic, but I mean, look at this. If I'm hiding behind the mic, you can't tell what my facial expression is, except for my eyes, right? It's all about control. What else do we got? An obvious pre-election political stunt by the state Republicans. If this were something sincere, they would have done this back in April or May. It's also misguided because Polis's leadership has helped to keep Colorado relatively safe and relatively open. No, it hasn't. He's been being pressured. He was trying to keep it open, but all of a sudden he shut everything down. Remember, he tried to shut the liquor stores and the pot stores down, and he got sued over that. He tried to shut down literally everything, and he got sued over it. And, I didn't mean everything. You guys got to look back. Watch what's going on behind you. Every once in a while, you do have to look in the rearview mirror to see shit. It does exist out there. I promise you. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep going with it? The numbers are going down slowly. But as we said on Tuesday's show, the testing sites, especially here in Colorado, are starting to show up all over the place again because they need their spike. They need their spike to tell you to wear your mask and see how much they can control you. And people, at this point, everybody's like, fuck it. I want to be able to not have to have I want to walk in through a fucking front door of a restaurant and I go, I got my mask on. I'm sorry. I would like to add. Hey, can you hear me? I would like to add that fight up and that down. Have you ever tried? Have you tried to talk to people through the plexiglass? Both wearing masks, especially if one of them's wearing one of them fucking thick-ass cloth, fucking homemade or commercial-made. Oh, commercial-made ones. By the way, guess where they're made?
They're made from the same company that, the coronavirus supposedly came from, which was China. I don't know if you know that, but good country, China. It's keeping us safe with their face masks that they all sent us, and now they got glow ones on the Wish.
You want to tell me this wasn't planned? You want to tell me this wasn't planned out? All of a sudden, all these retailers all over the world, since, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay? So we're going to give you 6 months. In 6 months, they developed face masks with all this fucking fancy-ass shit on it with the fucking LED lights and the messages and the fucking custom-made things and all. Bullshit. Now, there could be people who are capitalizing on a market because they're like, ooh, hey, hurry up, let's make this prototype. But they got it mass-produced like that? Are you believing it? Please don't. And I'm going to tell you something else you need to not believe. And it's coming up next. I've already warned my friends that I may end up starting a riot over this. And that's no shit. But I don't think we have enough people in this country listening to the show. But who knows? We'll see what ends up happening. Folks, we're going to get into the next portion of the show. It involves the NBA. It involves Black Lives Matter. And it's going to get pretty nasty. So if you got kids listening with you, once again, we are not against necessarily the Black Lives Matters movement to some extent, but it's changed. There's a lot of vulgarity that's going to end up being exchanged. So when we come back from break, if you do have kids listening or underage children or people who may be sensitive to it, or maybe you're just a crybaby and you don't want to hear about it, but yeah, the NBA can go fuck itself. So can the Football League and pretty much every sports league except for, oh my God, hockey. The only sport you still see where they stand for the fucking national anthem because guess what? It's called respect for your fucking country, you dicks. Black Lives Matter is killing their own people. And I have that proof coming up next. We'll be right back. FreakChild Experience. Right here on cable. I should try to swallow completely before I talk. Don't forget to get your official FreakChild Experience coffee mugs, which you can find on FreakChildRadio.com. You guys can order those, $15 a piece. They go back to support the show, as well as basically the cost of the cups. So we make no money off of it. It just it all goes back to our, we could charge you $30 for this fucking thing, honestly, but we're not like that. We just want you to be a fan of the show and have something cool. So check it out, freakchildshow.com or freakchildradio.com. And that's the actual cup. This is the one I drink from every show. But you guys will get one of those specifically. So there you go. And we got to slide and do the obligatory. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/freakchildradio. That's where most of our content resides. So make sure to get on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook and you're more of a Twitter person, a lot of our posts are cross-posted over to Twitter. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at FreakChild Show. So that's what we have over there. And Patreon, don't forget Patreon. Yeah, there it is. It's FreakChild Experience on Patreon. We don't really post much over there because nobody really seems to give a fuck. Which, hey, what do you know? It's kind of sad. We don't do porn. I think that's why. Most everything that we see that gets support on Patreon is either big giant celebrity people or porn, and that's about it. So I guess until we start doing porn, we're screwed. But there it is anyway. If you want to support the show and throw bucks for contests and everything like that, that's at patreon.com/freakchild experience. So there you go. What else? Oh yeah, and there's the official coffee cup thing. Check us out at FreakChild. What the hell is it? FreakChild Show, FreakChild Radio. Jesus Christ, I'm getting them all mixed up tonight. FreakChildRadio.com. You guys can order coffee mugs at $15 a piece. There you go. Whatever. And what is that? Why is it doing that? It's been a tiring day, a tiring week, that's for sure. And especially with all the rage that's been going on. I mean, I've been in so many arguments this week about our upcoming subject, let alone all the COVID banter that's been going on. I have to say this before we get into all of this. Excuse me. Black Lives Matter, I understand the original cause, okay? I understand what they think is going on because it's what's being portrayed in the media. Okay, I get it. I understand. But I need everybody to stop and take a breath for just a minute and understand what is really going on with what is called Black Lives Matter. Okay? It's gotten ridiculous. It's gotten stupid. And it's honestly, it's worse than if anybody out there remembers Occupy Wall Street. You remember that one? The Occupy movement?
Oh, we're gonna get after the 1%.
Yeah, they can pay to have you all killed. Please understand. Please understand. I am not against a movement that says that one race is being discriminated against than the other. I am not. But the one thing I am against is when they say that and they do the exact opposite. That's when I get pissed. That's when I say, hey, we need to this. Phone lines are open, 720-230-6363. The NBA last night, and this is what kind of changed everything for tonight's show. We kind of touched on this on Tuesday night's show. Especially the NBA has Black Lives Matter shit all over the fucking place. All over. It's in the floorboards. And then last night, apparently, I don't follow basketball at all. I think it's a glorified sport. I mean, it's a lot more active than football. It's a lot more active than baseball, but it's extremely glorified for black people. Fine, great. I mean, as we discussed on Tuesday night show, it's definitely more driven with the African Americans or blacks, which is apparently what we're calling them now, instead of it's African American. Well, now you're back to black. Okay, what the fuck ever. Make up your fucking minds what you want to be called. Do you want to be called African American or do you want to be called black? I don't know. What's politically correct? It doesn't fucking matter. I've got stats for you, and we're going to go through them again. And we've done this before in the past. And holy fuck, I'm going to blow your fucking minds. Because you are fucking out of control. Black Lives Matter is bullshit. You are not being discriminated against because you're black. Yes, there are certain demographics where black people are more common to commit crimes, such as in Colorado, we have an area called Aurora. We have an area called Lowry. A lot of low-income housing that is habitated, if you mind my phrase on that, habitated by black or African American people who are down on their luck and they get into the wrong crowds and there's shootings all the time. Actually, I think on the our YouTube channel, we actually have a video one night of the one massive shooting that continually happened all the time. When I lived in Lowry, where we used to broadcast from, down in the Aurora area, shootings every night, or every other night at least. Literally 20 feet from my window. And we lived in an affluent neighborhood. Believe me, demographics plays a lot. And it plays a lot as to how officers are going to react to different situations. But I digress for a moment until I get into this. The NBA has now got a boycott. For those of you that missed it, it was the Milwaukee Bucks and who else was it? Where'd it go? It was the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic, Game 5. Game 5 last night. Well, the Milwaukee Bucks decided they weren't going to come out on the floor. Now, when I first saw the story last night, and this was when it first broke, it kind of looked like they weren't going to come out because there was Black Lives Matter all over the place. No, they decided we're not going to play because of the discrimination against blacks with the police. When I read the story this morning, I wanted to punch something. So you're not going to play basketball after 5 games already of your playoff season, and how many ever other games you've already played. Now all of a sudden, oh no, now we're not going to play. Well, now the American people, fuck you is what they said to you. The NBA playoff games for today will not be played as scheduled. We are hopeful to resume games either Friday or Saturday. They will be resuming games, by the way. They had initially said, oh, we're okay, that's done. NBA is not going to play anymore. There is a video conference call meeting scheduled later this afternoon between a group of NBA players and team governors representing the 13 teams in Orlando, along with representatives from the National Basketball Players Association, or the NBPA, and the League Office Labor Relations Committee Chairman, Michael Jordan, of course, to discuss the next steps. The meeting Thursday morning came after the postponement of 3 playoff games on Wednesday, including the Bucks Magic game, in which the Milwaukee players staged a walkout before the start of Game 5. You guys are already in Game 5. You're not playing every fucking night. Okay? This is Game 5. You guys have still been playing. Now all of a sudden, oh no, we're not going to play tonight. Why now? Why now? What statement are you making? You were playing fine before, but no. No. Last night, that was it. Oh, that was it. What are you actually staging against? Milwaukee's walkout ahead of Game 5 against the Magic came in response to the shooting of an unarmed black man named Jacob Blake. Of course, we've already covered this in Kenosha, Wisconsin, on Sunday. Sunday. They're still playing anyways. The Rockets and Thunder also decided not to play on Wednesday, as well as the Lakers and Trailblazers. News of the Bucks walking out sent a ripple effect across sports in the United States, and games postponed as a signed protest. The entire Women's National Basketball Association has now said fuck off. Major League Baseball said fuck off. One man. Well, I guess 2 recently. But it's what's being portrayed to you in the goddamn fucking media. You fucktards. I've got stats for you tonight, and I'm going to put them up so fucking big and strong for you so that you understand. Blacks are not being discriminated against by the police by being shot and killed by the police. If you really think that, you really, honestly, truly believe that, then you live in a fucked up world of your own goddamn imagination that does not fucking exist. Black Lives Matter is being considered a racist and terrorist group. If this really was about brutality, then it never would have been named Black Lives Matter. That automatically gives it a racist tone, automatically, because it singles out one group. That one group is blacks. Why can't whites? Why can't Hispanics? My son, who is Hispanic and European, why does his life not matter? Now it's only blacks? Only Black Lives Matter? Police brutality, with a police brutality centered name, which is what they should actually be calling it about, which still is a false fact anyway. It would have gotten more support from all different ethnic groups, and from people from both sides of political parties on the different political aisles. When you make one race a priority over another that is facing the same issue, which is called racism. When one race is being focused on more than the other, that's called racism. Okay? If we're focusing more on blacks than we are on whites, or more than we are on Hispanics or Asians, why are they not in a fucking uprising? I'm sorry, black people, I understand. Or African Americans. I don't know what the fuck to call you anymore. I'm sorry. Asians were put in internment camps during World War II. That's more recent than the slavery issue that so many of you keep wanting to bring up. Japanese were put into internment camps about around the same time that we started getting the equal rights thing going on. A little bit, equal rights was years after that, quite a bit. Maybe about, 10, 15 years that started? But folks, we've moved on almost 100 years and we're still fighting about this? And you still think this is a fucking issue? No! Get up off your fucking ass and do something other than destroy your fucking city. All you've done is destroy shit, and what good is that? It's nothing. It's nothing. NFL players started kneeling. It was all people could talk about. Until the kneeling led to a drop in the ratings. Here we go. And the team owners in the NFL office put a kibosh on the kneeling. It's Kaepernick, like we were talking about before, on Tuesday. Watch Tuesday Night Show on YouTube or the Facebook page. 2020 is a replay of what happened in 2016, 2017, but now more sports are getting in on the action. The NBA and the Major League Baseball are starting down the same road as the NFL. With the Black Lives Matter protests so fresh in the public eye and sports having been furloughed due to COVID-19, American sports are getting started again, helping the country get back to a little semblance of normalcy. Yeah, not really. Have you tried to watch one of those fucking games? Even with the fake crowd noise in the background, it's fucking annoying. Hockey is about the only thing, honestly, that's somewhat fun, because they never really showed the crowd except for the cutaways. It was never the action. You had to see the crowd in the background. You didn't care about that. The action moved too fast. The NBA, it's like they would cut, if they'd be in the middle of a pass, they'd cut away to anyway. America needs a mental break from all the strife and stress that have been affecting the U.S. since the beginning of the pandemic. Yes, we do. And what do the woke athletes do? What do those athletes do? Those poor, pathetic, unprivileged athletes who make millions of dollars a year just to sit on their ass and do nothing this year. Oh, God, what are we going to do? Here's what they did. They remind the country that we will find the normalcy that so many of us have been missing. No, that's not what they did. These millionaires decided that it was the perfect time to remind America of how divided our nation is right now by kneeling during the national anthem to further highlight and antagonize the entire divide. You are the problem. You are the idiots. You are the ones that are just like, oh, I could make a change. I'm black. I don't agree with the black man that was shot. It was like, what was that dude's name? Michael, the first one that caused all that shit in fucking Ferguson. Oh, yeah, the inequality. He was shot by police officers. That's not fair. He was a fucking thief. But he was unarmed. But he was acting like he had a fucking gun. Well, but what about? Let's talk about something more recent. Let's talk about George Floyd. Yeah, he died of a fentanyl overdose. It's been ruled, you fucktards. Police had nothing to do with it. The guy was out of his fucking mind. And he died of a drug overdose. But you guys don't want to fucking pay attention to that he was going to die. Regardless of the footage that you saw of the officers holding him down, he was already in the middle of a goddamn fucking overdose death. If you watch the fucking body cam video, you would understand that. It had nothing to do about the goddamn cops. Now, in this case, this new case, with Jake Blake, I can't stop saying it. His full name is Jacob Blake, but I can't stop saying Jake Blake, because I'm sure he went by Jake anyway. Jake Blake. Did he deserve to be shot in the back 7 times? No. No. I absolutely believe wholeheartedly he did not need to be shot in the back 7 times. He probably needed to be shot at least once because A, the taser didn't work. It didn't stop him. And 2, he was getting into his car and the officers didn't know what they were doing, what he was doing. They were afraid he was going to go reaching for something because he looked like, and if you watch the video, he looked like he was reaching for something. Hopefully there's a body cam of this one. It'll be interesting to find out. I don't believe he should have been shot 7 times. But I do believe that he should have been incapacitated in one shape or form because he was disobeying a lawful order by a police officer to stop. If you run from a cop, somebody put on a Facebook post the other day. Well, when we were kids, we were running from cops. Cops aren't really going to chase down kids, especially if you're fucking around in a park. They're just like, they're there to make you disperse. But when a cop gives you a lawful order and you disobey that, that kind of gives them automatic jurisdiction to do what it takes to make you obey their order. And unfortunately, that's the way the law is because at this time, you are suspect of being a criminal. It's called reasonable suspicion. And I love how many, I have no law degree or anything like that. I've studied a little law. But, things like this, these are the things that nobody's paying attention to. And when it comes down to the NBA, all the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is trying to kill, they have killed their own people. They've killed their own people. They're now out there with guns and everything else. Black Lives Matter. Now we're going to riot and we're going to start shooting shit and beating the shit out of people and fucking burning shit down. That is called unlawful behavior. Can I just go out and fucking burn down the fucking taqueria down the street just because I'm pissed off at the police department? No. It's called arson. And I could sit there and say, oh, well, the fucking police, Chihuahua's lives matter. They ran over a Chihuahua with their cop car. I'm going to burn down this taqueria. They're not going to buy that. So all of you all out there, you think you're fucking helping the cause. You're just making everything worse. We've already talked about on Tuesday night about the economic impact everything is going to have on this. You guys have got to stop. Now the graphic everybody doesn't want to see. It's not a graphic. It's just I call it a graphic because that's what we call things that we put up on the screen. Are you guys ready for the numbers? My microphone just got sad over that. These are the official numbers of the amount of people who have been shot. Number of people shot to death by police in the United States for a 3-year, well, it's about a 4-year running period technically. This is from Statistica. I forget where it comes from. I think it's Statistica. Anyway, they keep stats on everything in the world. It's the premier stat site. You guys are going to hate this, especially for those of you that are Black Lives Matter supporters. There you go. So you want to tell me that more black people are being shot by cops than anybody else? Whites, predominantly higher, shot by cops and died. Blacks running second. Hispanics running third. But those are your 3 major, ethnic groups. Then they have other, and then they have what is it called? Unknown, which is basically that's like they don't know if they're Middle Eastern, Korean, Antarctican, whatever the fuck they are. They don't know. So they kind of judge that into a different thing. So, I mean, you could probably split those in half to, well, maybe in thirds or fourths into the rest of the group if you wanted to. The amount of white people that are shot by cops to death is twice the amount than blacks. It's being portrayed in the media just for you because they need you to understand that black people get shot. Well, so do fucking white people. So do Hispanics. So do fucking Asians. Every fucking day. And just because one guy was shot by a fucking cop who couldn't fucking keep his cool, do we need to fucking burn the whole goddamn nation down? No, we don't. But maybe we should. Maybe then you'll fucking learn your goddamn lesson. That this is not the way to fucking act. Destroying something and burning it down is not the way you fix it. You stop and you assess the situation, but instead you're like, fuck it, let's burn it down. Fuck you. And then you wonder why you get shot by other people. And then all of a sudden you've got what's called a civil war. It is a civil war that's going on out there. Whether you want to fucking call it that or not. You got people who want to be completely unruly and don't want to follow the laws, and they want to do whatever the hell they want. They want to have anarchy. Then you've got your people who want to follow the laws, protect their shit, and do what they're supposed to do lawfully to protect their stuff. And they're the ones that are getting ridiculed. So which one is it that you're going to go for? Are you going to go for the anarchy? Are you going to go for civil? Are you going to go for reality? Or are you just going to keep watching Robin Roberts on fucking Good Morning America along with the entire, ABC, the all-black connection is what it needs to stand for. You've got Anthony Anderson, you've got Michael Strahan, you've got Robin Roberts, and I don't know how many executives or whatever the hell they've got going on in there. They focus on the black community. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's what BET was built for, by the way, was the Black Entertainment Television Network. I used to work for them. Oh, fuck, you mean a white guy used to work for BET? Yeah. It was part of the Encore Networks, by the way, which is owned by a bunch of white people. God forbid. God forbid. All white people are against the black people. No, they're not. But you keep seeing that on the news. On the mainstream media. You're going to keep seeing this. Because now we've got Kamala Harris, who, by the way, technically is not African American, but we're going to keep treating her like that, right? She's going to be the next Michelle Obama. Yeah. God, I hope not. Considering she's going to be the vice president to a man she hates. We'll get into that another day. You got to understand, it's everything that's in the media that you're watching. It's for their ratings, so they can get their ratings for all the advertisements that you see from all the pharmaceutical companies and all the companies that are showing their new ads with their masks and everything. Oh, we're so COVID-19 pandemic supportive. They're paying money for those ads to put in the middle of these news programs so that you'll see their ads. Then you'll buy their face masks. Or you'll understand that, or they think you'll understand that, oh, we all have to wear face masks. We all have to wear face masks so that none of us can understand a fucking word anybody's saying. Can you hear me? What'd you say? I'm trying to order through the drive-thru. 2 double cheeseburgers and a large Coke, please. Hello, is anybody there? I mean, that's just my hands. That's just my hands, guys. In front of a microphone that's powered by 24 volts. That's kind of scary. And just think about how it sounds in real life, right? This is just my hands. Of course, I guess. So I mean that shows you. Doing this isn't going to save you. Now you can hear how fucked up my voice is, right? But apparently, where the hell did it go? I lost my mask. But if I put on that mask, you can hear me a lot better, right? So that's going to help better than this. Even though you can't hear. Jesus, I can barely breathe in here. Even though you can barely hear me and I can barely breathe, the piece of cloth is supposed to do better than even just doing this. And you think you're safe? It's time for you to stop thinking you've got control. It's time to stop thinking that you have the government on your side. I need everybody as homework until the next show on next Tuesday. Watch Schindler's List, because that is a true story. There's a little bit of fabrication in there, of course. But Schindler's List, a very true story of shit that actually happened. But before you watch that, I want you to understand what actually happened in order for the liquidation of the Krakow ghetto. When you understand those, that's when you'll understand what could be, not saying what is, but what most likely, and has the appearance of going on is right now. I promise you, you'll see some similarities in there. Do a little research of the past. And remember, if we don't learn from our history and our past, we're bound to repeat the same mistakes. That doesn't necessarily mean it was all going to happen in Germany. But what we have to find out is the truth. Who's behind it? And whoever Fauci is behind, Dr. Fauci, you're the one that's going to fuck everything up for everybody. He's the key to finding out the solution to why COVID-19 even fucking exists. And if you don't believe that, you need to do a little research on your own. Bring it to me on the next show, Tuesday night, right here on KFRK Digital Radio. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/FreakChildRadio. We're also on Twitter at FreakChild Show. Don't forget to check us out over at Freedom Revolution Networks, at freedomrevolutionnetwork.com. And you can find all those links all over the place at our website, freakchildradio.com. Don't forget to pick up your Freakchild Radio mug. Get yourself one of those. And it doesn't come with any coffee, though. Mine's actually only got water because that whole rant just dried my throat out. But with any case, make sure to like the Facebook page. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, that's great. But we always suggest liking the Facebook page because that's where you're going to get a good 90% more content and information from. So there you go. And also check out KFRKDenver.com, streaming live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This show also airs on there on the audio version, streaming live on TuneIn, Radio Tower, tons of other places. We're on Roku. We're all over the place. So once again, listened to in 35 different countries across the world, and we thank all of you for your support. If you want to support us a little bit more, you can always check us out over at Patreon, patreon.com/FreakChild Experience. Throw us some bucks and we might throw you a coffee mug, and also pre-qualify you for the upcoming possibility thing of the Freak Child's Treasure, which is a live scavenger hunt throughout the city of Brighton. So it's kind of local, but it's not open to just local people. But yeah, if you want to kind of have fun with that, it'll kind of cost you a few bucks if you're coming in from England or Germany, where we have so many fans. to be honest. I can't pay that plane ticket. I might have some money, but not that much. But we might have some money coming up in November because it is FreakCision 2020 on November 3rd at 7 o'clock Mountain Time right here on KFRK Digital Radio. We will be broadcasting the entire election night live with a panel of guests, and God knows who's going to show up for this as we watch and call the election and kind of get you guys all up to date with everything as it happens. FreakCision 2020, November 3rd. That's right, it's election night. It's a Tuesday, so we're on the air normally anyway, but it's going to be a good night, so make sure to wear your shittiest tie or your finest tie, or maybe just wear some china. I don't know. Come naked. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. So there you go. What else we got? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, and don't forget standforthesilent.org. If you guys could throw them a donation. They stand up for bullying, as well as their current thing is to try and get more resources preventing youth suicide, especially across the Colorado area. So if you guys could do that. And once again, I got this T-shirt from them. It says "Be the Difference," so I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. From standforthesilent.org. I guess that's it for tonight. I appreciate everybody who's out there. Justin, Matt, as always. Anybody else who watches the show even after we've come after our live broadcast. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. You probably haven't gotten this far into the show, I'm sure. But that's all right. We're going to run the credits here in a second. Are you ready? All right. Gang, we're going to see you Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here, KFRK Digital Radio, Facebook.com/FreakChild Radio, and on the YouTube channel and Freedom Revolution Networks. And that's all we got tonight. Gang, have a good night. Stay safe. If you need help, reach out.